and welcome. Today I am reviewing the Sennheiser headphones, the HD300s. Unlike a lot of stuff that you'll read reviews on, these are a professional headset, so they probably will not be available where you normally go and buy your headphones, but rather in music stores and those that cater to the professionals. Give you a look. They're big and black with not a lot of detailing, and you've got the Sennheiser logos here, but that's about it. So very understated design. If you're looking to look really, really cool, probably not going to be a plus on that department. As I mentioned, they are big and the ear cups are massive. They're oval, so your ears fit in there really, really nicely, and the added benefit if you've got big ears or if you're wearing a hearing aid, that you can actually use these and there'll be room. There won't be any pressing of your earlobes or anything like that, which is really, really nice. Another design feature that they've taken from Pro is the end of the cable. It's a detachable cable, so you can get a new one if you run over it or break it or clip it or whatever. But this has saved me a few times when I've been stretching over. It's actually got that little bit of flex that will stop you from yanking your head back or something like that. So overall, really, really nice. Audio, well, I'll explain how I went about it. I got a number of different files in various qualities. I watched TV, streamed movie, and listened to quite a lot of music, because unlike a lot of the consumer stuff, these do not have a microphone, so you can't talk on the phone with them, which sometimes is a nuisance. But to be quite honest, if you're getting something like that, something like this, it's for listening to, basically. So I put together a little mixed playlist with some Black Eyed Peas, which goes really, really low and hammers it, and some more up-tempo sort of disco, modern disco beats, which have a lot of beats but higher up in frequency. Got some B-52s in there, which I seemingly always come back to because I've heard that song about 500,000 times, and I really like the dynamics that are in the recording. Got an AC/DC track in there because I've heard that 500,000 times, and I kind of rounded that off with some more hard rock, Blood Command, with a song that I think is really, really cool, and there's a lot in that song. So did that on various levels, but the most in-depth I did was probably just walking around direct with the 6.3. I got the adapter to Apple so I could put that in my phone, and I walked around and listened to it as was, because I think that's what the majority of people will do. So how did it fare? Pretty awesome. It's classic Sennheiser. It's very neutral. It's got that little sort of dip in mid-range, but it's still airy, it's open, and it plays just really, really neutrally. When I was trying this with more low quality audio inputs, it didn't sound very good, and when you up the quality, it just came alive. And I think that's just the best representation, that what you put in is what these deliver, and it is kind of a quality stamp. I think that it's doing very little coloration on its own, so I can understand that this would work for professionals, that they'll say, yeah, I can mix and I can do my work on this. And I think more audiophiles should be looking that route and just trying to get the cleanest reproduction you could get. So I really, really would recommend these. I started off with B-52s, and it's an old track, so the level isn't that high as more modern productions tend to gain up more. but it was really, really clean. And it sounded, you've got all the dynamics, you've got the bottom there. If you need to have them to really go up, you could get a separate or external analog converter amplifier and crank it up, and it will still sound absolutely stellar. I've got an old Oppo HA2 that I use just for that, so I tried it with that, and it's absolutely brilliant. Moved on to AC/DC and blood command, and it's literally really just pushing everything, so it sounds absolutely awesome. Everything's where it's supposed to be, and it's not harsh to listen to over any kind of period of time, and it just comes off as very, very well balanced, was my impression. Same if you went down the pop route and listened. I just put on Popular in Norway Now, and it played all sorts of pop music, and it works. It just delivers on those regardless. And that's actually how I rumbled over the Black Eyed Peas track that I ended up listening to quite a few times, called Dopeness. And the bottom end of this is literally gobsmacking. It goes all the way down. And you put this on the HD 300, and I was absolutely gobsmacked. My jaw just hit the floor on how immensely low these can go. And we're talking about a pair of headphones that are 179 euros, 1,790 kroner in Norway, and they'll take most headphones out there, they'll take them out and just beat them senseless. So with the right sort of tracks, these just are, they're the party cans. Absolutely phenomenal. And it's kind of this expression that, yeah, this is going to be a bit dull, it's going to be straight, it's going to be flat. But with the right input, they just absolutely floor it. And also quite surprising, they do that kind of straight out the box, even with the iPhone connected directly to your iPhone, no extra amplification, and it'll deliver on that. So pretty awesome. The other awesome part is, of course, the comfort element. So they go on really, really nicely, sit well there. It's perhaps just a tad heavy on the clamp, but I think that as you have these for a distance of time, that you can ease them out. There's no frills and flings. They haven't put a lot of effort into making this look pretty. It's function over beauty, I think. But it works. The padding is in the right place. It's just enough of it. The isolation is a passive isolation. There's no noise cancelling in these because they're a music pair of headphones. So I definitely say that it's bang on. If you want something and you're just listening to music and you're sitting on the bus or whatever and you don't mind a cable, it's a pretty awesome package to beat, and I think it'll take some beating. They do collapse, so when you zip them together, you can kind of fold them so they ain't that bulky when you do that. So I mean that helps. I normally put a little strap on the cables to make the cable shorter because it is quite long, which is great when you're sitting at home watching a movie or something on your computer. It's absolutely fantastic for that, and really delivers on the full aspect. So for me, it would be a very clear recommendation on these. At least go and check them out, see if they're to your liking, and I'm quite sure you'd be positively surprised. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again soon.